What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Unboxing the Vinyl. I'm your host, Tim Bianconi. If you would go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, that would be greatly appreciated. If you could also hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new content, that would be appreciated also. So this time I'm going to combine a couple of my formats. So this is Unboxing the Vinyl, but I also feel like I'm unboxing a Lost Classic. And the Lost Classic that I'm talking about today would be the 2020 Record Store Day reissue or issue of the Black Crowes 2001 album Lions. One of my favorite albums of theirs. It was released originally on May the 7th, 2021. As I said, this was a Record Store Day 2020 edition that came out. The album was recorded between January and February of 2001. It was produced by Don Was. Came out on the label V2 at the time, although I think this came out on E1, the reissue. It reached as high as number 20 on the Billboard charts, and unfortunately for this album, there are no certifications, gold, platinum, or anything else. And again, that is very unfortunate in my opinion. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. So I know I'm a couple years late on the train for this particular release, but it was something that I found in a record store in Asheville, and I've been wanting this album for years now, at least on vinyl. I'm super happy to have it, so I thought we'd just open it up here on my channel just for shits and giggles. So anyway, there is the front cover of Black Crowes Lions with the three-eyed lion on the front, which is referencing one of the songs on the album, by the way. And then if you look on the back here, just the pink back cover with the track listing and other stuff. So let's see. Yeah, so produced by Don Was. Yeah, so yeah, this was released on E1 Music for this vinyl reissue. I don't know that V2 is still a thing anymore. So hopefully maybe that means, at least for this material and everything after, the Black Crowes actually own their masters and stuff, so they can do what they want with it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and rip this bad boy open. We won't talk about what I paid for this. It was a pretty astronomical amount, probably more than you should pay for a vinyl record, but things are collectible now, and I did my research. Let me keep my hype sticker. I did my research before I picked it up and couldn't really have gotten it for much less than what I got it for, and in this case it was right there in front of my face, so it was hard to resist. Anyway, so here we go. Black Crowes Lions, front cover without shrink wrap, back cover with the track listing and some other liner notes. Really cool. Alright, so this is a gatefold, so we're just going to open it up, and if you look inside here is the Black Crowes looking however they looked in 2001, which was a little flashy and bright. So this album was released, within a year or two after they did their tour and live album with Jimmy Page. And we'll get more into that in a few minutes, but you can definitely hear that influence throughout this record. Okay, so, all right, this is really cool. So standard white inner sleeve, but if we pull out the record, we're going to see some fancy pink vinyl. And what I think is kind of cool too, if I recall, the CD, this sticker in the middle, this kind of orange spirally sticker in the middle, is reminiscent or pretty close to what the CD actually looked like. So I think that's kind of cool that they maintain like the integrity of the original release with this vinyl reissue. But again, check that shit out, man. That pink vinyl with that orange sticker in the middle, that is just beautiful. And definitely still follows the color scheme of the album cover and everything else. So just one more double check, because I always hate it when I miss something and have to kind of record a piece to slice into the middle of everything. All right, so there we go. Let's see if I can get this to stand up. All right, hopefully that looks cool. All right, so let's talk about this album a little bit. Now, like I said, this is by far one of my favorite Black Crowes albums, probably my second, closely following Southern Harmony and the Musical Companion. And to be honest, depending on the day, I could really consider this my favorite and Southern Companion be second. Who knows? They're very interchangeable in my top two Black Crowes albums. So the reviews on this were mixed. From what I read, I didn't see much more than maybe 3 out of 5 stars and lower. That's unfortunate. And a lot of people brought up the obvious Led Zeppelin influences on this album, but again, they had just finished a tour and live album with Jimmy Page. So I can't imagine you could hang out with Jimmy Page super long and not, be influenced to play something similar to, what he does. I mean, it's fucking Jimmy Page. And then another review said there was a lack of memorable songs. I greatly disagree with that. I think there are some fantastic songs on this record. So let's talk about some of those. Kicks right off with Midnight from the Inside Out. Kind of goes into the intro and then stops and then starts the intro again. But definitely, total Zeppelin influence right out of the gate. And, I love the sound of this record. Black Crowes, on their, previous records, for the most part, had a very swampy southern rock, very like Allman Brothers and Free influence kind of sound. Whereas on this one, they still have all that, but you throw in just that dirty Jimmy Page sounding guitar, guitar sound or whatever, and it added a whole nother dimension to the Black Crowes for me that I don't think they've really revisited since. Then it goes into a song called "Lickin'," which the entire riff and everything is done on Rich Robinson's Toggle Switch, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, I've seen like Ace Frehley from Kiss do that during solos in the '70s and stuff, but like to just have an entire riff and everything just written off the Toggle Switch was just really cool. And again, another song that I just don't think really got the attention it deserves. Come On, classic Black Crowes. It's got a great chorus. I think that could be, the opening tune for any Black Crowes concert. I mean, it's just one of those songs with a chorus that could just really get the crowd pumping. No Use Lying, one of the first like slow, I wouldn't necessarily call it a ballad, but it's definitely a slow bluesy number. Again, the Zeppelin influence is just all over it. Losing My Mind, that is a slow bluesy ballad and, just a great tune. Soul Singing, another single off this record that I do hear get played, sometimes on different, Sirius stations. I've heard it, even on like current rock stations and stuff. So that is the one song from this album that I think still gets a decent amount of airplay. And I know they still play it a lot in concert. But it's almost like a blues rock gospel number, just with the chorus and everything. It's very, like gospel-y. Miracle to Me, another ballad to me, reminiscent of Thorn in My Pride. Probably my favorite ballad on the record. Just an awesome song. And then I don't know if you can hear it in the background. I try not to turn it up too loud to avoid copyright claims, but one of the cool songs in the later part of the album is Cosmic Friend. Very Beatles-esque. Very, starts off, with just a little bit of, Chris Robinson singing the intro and then goes into this very like day in the life kind of, just weird mix in the middle before it just busts into just this awesome sick ass riff, So yeah, just a great song. And I mean, there isn't a bad song on the album. I mean, Young Man Crazy, Old Man Wise. I mean, just a really, really fun song. Cypress Tree, Lay It All On Me to close out the album, and you can't go wrong. I mean, this is a fantastic album. Again, in my opinion, maybe by this time, they'd had a few albums that hadn't done as well, and times had changed a little bit again, going into the early 2000s, and maybe there just wasn't a place for a new Black Crowes album. It's really sad because, like I said, in my opinion, this is a top 2, if not top, Black Crowes album for me. This would be the last album they would release before their first hiatus, because I think they've done that 3 or 4 times now. And I don't think they would put out another record I think they got back together maybe 4 years later, and it was 2007, 2008 before they put out another record, before they put out a new studio album. But again, it's another lost classic that kind of got pushed to the wayside because of either changing times or there just wasn't a place, or, once a band, has a couple albums that maybe don't do as well commercially, it gets really hard for them to, be able to get, significant radio play or video play or anything else. And, it's unfortunate because the world misses out on great albums like this. So hopefully the handful of people that watch my show, will see this and go out and pick up this record. Whether you pick it up on vinyl, which is pretty difficult, it's available on all the formats. You can get it on CD, you can get it on digital. There's even a version that has their cover of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which is pretty cool too. So, check that out. But it's available on all the formats, streaming, whatever. So if nothing else, if you can't find the vinyl or don't want to pick up the vinyl, there's a million other ways to listen to this album, and I think everyone should hear this album. Every rock fan should listen to this album. But again, I don't know what else to say. So that's all I've got for you today. Again, if you could go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel below, hit that notification bell. I've got the rest of my Unboxing the Vinyl series where we open up vinyl reissues, we open up new albums, we open up box sets. Sometimes they're vinyl, sometimes they're CDs, just depends on what's coming out. I've got my Inside the Vinyl series where we talk about lost classics that I think everyone should hear. And again, this album would qualify under that category as well. I also talk about live albums, that I think everyone should hear, or, some that are good, some that aren't as good, whatever. I've got some concert footage from different festivals. Exit 111, Welcome to Rockville. I've also got some Kiss concert footage and hopefully some other things coming down the line. And for those disc golf fans out there, I've got some very mediocre disc golf videos starring some mediocre players, myself included. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.
There you go, boy.